Part 5. The stair narrowed again after the fall. Not immediately. It waited until Loric had begun to believe he could manage the pain. Then the steps drew inward by degrees, stealing space from him in small cruelties. His injured arm brushed the wall once, and the shock nearly dropped him. After that, he kept the arm pinned close across his body with his left hand when he could, though walking that way made him slow and awkward. The wall had returned, but it was different now. White stone, not clean, bone white. It rose beside him in uneven blocks, each one marked by dark seams that looked less like mortar and more like sutures. Thin lines of red ran through them, branching and vanishing, branching again, as if the stair had veins. The open side of the spiral had gained a rail. Loric did not remember when it began. One turn there had been nothing but emptiness. The next, a rail stood there, waist high, made of black iron twisted into shapes like vines. He did not touch it. The iron looked wet, though no water clung to it. The lantern burned lower. The cracked glass rattled softly with every step. Ahead, something breathed. Not the great thing below. Something closer. Human. Loric stopped just before the curve. He listened, a ragged inhale, a wet exhale, then a woman's voice. "I know you're there." Loric did not answer. His left hand moved near his sword, then stopped. The sword hung at his right side. His right arm could not draw it. The stair had thought of that too. He shifted, turning his body so his left hand could reach awkwardly across. The motion sent pain flaring through his shoulder. He clenched his teeth and waited for the white flash behind his eyes to pass. "I'm not armed," the woman said. Loric almost believed her. That was enough to make him more cautious. He stepped around the curve. She sat 3 steps below him with her back against the bone-white wall. Not sprawled like bait, not posed like grief, sitting because sitting was all she had left. She was younger than he expected, though pain had aged her face. Her hair hung loose and tangled around her cheeks. One hand pressed hard against her left side where blood had soaked through her tunic and spread dark across her hip. Her other arm lay across her lap, fingers curled around nothing. There was blood beneath her, a lot of it. It had run down 3 steps in slow lines, gathering in the seams before dripping over the edges into the hollow center. Loric looked at the blood, then at her face, then at her hands. No knife. She watched him watch her. Her eyes were sharp despite the pain. "Did he send you?" she asked. Loric remained 1 step above her. "Who?" She laughed once, and the laugh became a cough. She folded over the wound, face tightening, breath breaking between her teeth. When she lifted her head again, sweat shone along her brow. "The crawling man," she said. Loric said nothing. The woman's face changed, not guilt, fear. "He's alive?" There it was, not anger first, not accusation, fear. Loric felt the ring under his thumb, though he had not meant to touch it. "He passed me," Loric said, upward. "Yes." Her eyes flicked past him into the dark above. For the first time since he had seen her, she looked smaller. "He'll come back," she said. Loric's jaw tightened. "Bren Crow said you cut him." The woman stared at him. Then her lips parted slightly, as if she had expected many lies, but not that one. "Cut him," she said. "He said you had a knife with a white handle." Her expression hardened through the pain. "Bone handle," she said. Loric went still. "So there was a knife?" "Yes." "Yours?" "No." The stair seemed to listen. The iron rail beside them creaked softly, though neither touched it. The woman looked at Loric's injured arm, then back at his face. She noticed too much. That made him wary. "He had it," she said. "Small blade, curved near the tip, white bone on the handle. He kept it hidden in his sleeve until he thought I trusted him." Loric watched her. "And did you?" "For a little while." "Why?" "Because he was bleeding when I found him." The words settled between them. Loric thought of Bren crawling upward, soaked in blood that was not his, asking for mercy with another person's suffering on his hands. The woman swallowed. He said he came down for his brother, she continued. Maybe that was true. Maybe it wasn't. Down here, truth and lies wear each other's clothes. What happened? She leaned her head back against the wall. Her breath shook. He asked to walk with me. I said no at first. Then the stair changed behind us and the way up was gone, or looked gone. I don't know anymore. He had water. I had a lantern. We agreed not to trust each other too much. A faint smile touched her mouth, no warmth in it. Best agreement I ever made, worst one I ever broke. Loric stepped down one stair. She stiffened. He stopped. I am not with him, he said. That is what I would say if I were. Loric almost admired that. What is your name? He asked. She looked at him for a long moment. Then she smiled again, weaker. No. Loric's eyes narrowed. No. The stair keeps names, she said. If you've come this far and don't know that, then you're either very brave or very loved by fools. Loric did not answer. Her gaze dropped to his hand. The ring, the yellow cloth, the vial beneath the knot. Her face changed, not greed, recognition. You're sworn, she said. Loric's thumb stilled on the ring. She looked at the cloth more carefully. That is banner cloth. He said nothing. Her eyes moved to the vial. And you tied it around something you cannot afford to lose. The lantern flame gave a low hiss. Loric's voice became colder. Speak carefully. I am, she said. That is why I'm still alive. The stair groaned beneath them, not loud, deep. A sound carried from far below, up through the bones of the place. The woman closed her eyes. No, she whispered. What? Her eyes opened again, and this time the fear in them was not for Bren. We do not have long. Loric looked down the stair. It curled beyond her into darkness. The steps below were different again, narrower, wet-looking. The bone-white wall ended 5 steps past her, giving way to black stone carved with small open mouths. The mouths were not speaking, but the air around them shivered. The woman tried to shift her weight and failed. Pain bent her sideways. Blood welled between her fingers. You are badly wounded, Loric said. So are you. His face did not change. She nodded toward his right arm. Shoulder is out. I know. You fell. The stair dropped me. No, she said softly. It brought you faster. Loric stared at her. She held his gaze. Behind the pain, behind the fear, there was knowledge there, not comfort, not innocence, knowledge. What do you know about this place? He asked. Enough to still be afraid. What did Bren want from you? Her mouth tightened. My light at first, then my pack, then what I found. And what did you find? She looked past him, up the stairs, then down. The rail beside them trembled once. I found where the stair changes, she said. Loric remembered Bren's words, because she knows where the stair changes. What does that mean? It means this is not endless. The words struck harder than he expected. Loric had believed many things since he began descending. That the stair was cursed, that it was ancient, that it listened, that it twisted truth, that it might have no bottom at all. But not endless. That was dangerous. Hope was always dangerous in the dark. The woman saw it move through him and shook her head. Not hope, she said. Do not make it hope. Hope gets teeth down here. Loric descended one more step, close enough now that the lantern glow covered her fully. Her wound was worse than he had thought. The blade had entered below the ribs and dragged downward. Not a clean stab, a panicked, vicious tear. Bren had hurt her badly, but not skillfully. That may have been the only reason she still breathed. You need the wound bound, Loric said. I need to go lower. You cannot stand. That is why I waited. For me? For anyone who is not him? That is a poor measure of trust. It is the only one the stair left me. A scrape sounded above them. Loric turned, Far up the curve of the stair, something moved in darkness, not close enough to see, close enough to hear. The woman heard it too. Her jaw tightened. "He told you not to help me," she said. Loric looked back at her. "He told me to kill you if you asked me to walk with you." A bitter laugh escaped her. "Then he told you more truth than I expected." Loric's hand reached again for the sword he could not draw. The woman noticed. "If I wanted you dead," she said, "I would let you keep that shoulder as it is." Loric said nothing. "I can set it." "No." "Yes," she said, "I can. I did not ask. You will." The scrape above came again, closer. The woman's eyes moved toward it. "He will not crawl forever," she said. "Men like him crawl only while crawling serves them." Loric looked up the stair. Bren, if it was Bren, remained beyond sight. Or perhaps the stair had made a new thing out of his shape. Loric could not know. The woman lifted her bloody hand from her wound and held it toward him. The motion cost her. Her face drained of color and her breath caught sharply in her throat. Blood ran down her wrist and gathered at her elbow before dripping onto the step below. Loric looked at the hand, then at her eyes. "What is below?" he asked. She did not lower her hand. "A door." "There are no doors. That is what it wants you to believe." The lantern flame bent sideways. No wind. The mouths carved in the black stone below opened a little wider. Loric saw it. So did she. Her voice dropped. "If I do not reach it, he will. Or whatever is wearing his fear will." "And what is behind it?" She swallowed. "I don't know. That is not enough. It is all I have." The scrape above turned into a soft thud. One step, then another. Something was descending toward them. Slowly, Loric's right shoulder throbbed in time with its movement. His sword hung useless. His shield was gone several turns above. His lantern was cracked. The oath ring was slick under his thumb. The yellow cloth trembled against his wrist, and the small vial tied beneath it tapped once against his skin. Memory, duty, the hidden name he would not speak. The woman saw him touch the ring. Her expression softened, but only slightly. "You are not here for yourself," she said. Loric's eyes hardened. "That does not concern you." "It concerns everyone near you," she said. "A selfish man is simple. A man with an oath will walk into ruin and call it faithfulness." The words found too much. Loric hated her a little for that. The thing above took another step. The woman's hand remained lifted. "Set the shoulder first," she said. "And then?" She looked down past herself, where the stair curled into the black and the carved mouths waited without sound. "Then help me descend a little farther." Loric stared at her bloody hand. Above, something continued downward. Below, something vast shifted in its sleep. Around them, the stair held still. No whisper, no drip, no breath, only waiting. Loric looked up, then down, then at the woman. His left hand tightened around the oath ring until the metal bit into his skin, and the stair waited for his answer.